Okay, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Robinson, and let's get started for today with the Math So Easy team. Today, we're going to be discussing uh, unit rate, and under the umbrella of unit rate, we have unit speed and we have unit cost. Now, it's a very basic concept, but when you get into higher level junior high school math, things just sound complicated. But when we talk about unit rate, unit speed, and unit cost, the main thing is to know that we are talking about um, per one or for every one. Now, this could be for every 1 minute, for every 1 second, for every $1. Just get into your minds that we are talking about one. Okay, so first let's talk about unit speed. Whenever we're dealing with speed, we often want to know how far someone or something can travel every 1 second, every 1 minute, or every 1 hour, or even every 1 millisecond, depending on what we're talking about. Now, when I say someone or something, let's talk about a jogger. If a jogger or an Olympic runner is running a race, um, and he finishes the race in, let's say, 9 seconds. With unit speed, we're not concerned about the 9 seconds. We want to know how far he traveled every 1 second. Okay, so get the concept of one or per one for everyone in your mind. Unit speed, unit rate, unit cost deals with one. Okay, so let's take this car here. Nice convertible Jaguar. We're going to talk about unit rate of speed. Okay, so a lot of car manufacturers, to get an individual to buy the car, they talk about top speeds. So let's read this here. It says at top speed, this car can travel 180 miles per hour. All right, so there's that per again. But we could also say at top speed, this car can travel 180 miles every hour. All right, so we're away from the per hour, and now we're saying that at top speed, this car can travel 180 miles every hour. Let's take it a step further. The manufacturer can also tell you that at top speed, this car can travel 180 miles in 1 hour. Now, the important thing to understand is that the per hour, the every hour, and the 1 hour, they all mean the same thing, but they're just said in a different way. All right, so basically, this means that when you have the gas pedal pushed down to the floor and you're at the top speed, which is the fastest that the car can go, that every hour that passes, the car has traveled 180 miles. Now that's the unit rate, the average unit rate of speed. I'm not concerned with how far the car goes in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 8 hours. With unit rated speed, we want to know how far can this car go in 1 hour. All right, so let's take it a bit further. Let's go to unit costs. First of all, let's get rid of these lines here. Now let's go to unit costs. All right, so think about this. Whenever we buy things that come in a pack, it's good to know how much money you are paying for each item individually. So let's look at this pack of socks. There's 3 pair of socks in this pack. Now, if you go to a Target or a Walmart, or let's say a Modell's, and you see this pack of socks, you can't just open the pack and say, okay, well, 3 comes inside the pack, but I only want to buy 1. If you do that, you'll probably be in cuffs and handcuffs, all right? So you can't do that. But it's important to know that even though you're buying a 3 pair, you want to know how much each 1 pair costs individually. All right, so this 3 pack of socks is going to cost you, let's say, $7.25. All right, but how much does each pair cost individually? That's the unit cost. All right, and it's good to know unit cost because sometimes you get a better buy by buying the 3 pair together, or sometimes you'll get a better buy if they sell them individually, if they sell single pair of socks by themselves. But you wouldn't know what's the better buy if you can't calculate the unit cost. So let's go. Okay, well, we could use easier words also. I'm sorry, we could use easier words. instead of saying how much does each pair cost individually, we could also say how much does one pair cost. All right. So me asking how much does each pair cost individually, using the word individually, or how much does one pair cost, we're saying the same thing. We're asking for the unit cost of the pair of socks. All right. So just a little recap. And once again, this answer is your unit cost. So just a little recap. Um, the notes that you should be taking, all right, for the recap. Every time we do a recap, you got to take notes. So this is 1 page of notes that you're going to take, and I'm checking for it, so you better have it. Unit rate or slash unit speed means how far someone or something could travel for every one. If we're talking about per hour, we're talking about for every 1 hour. If we're talking about per second, we're talking about every 1 second. If we're talking about per minute, we're talking about every 1 minute. Okay? Unit cost, that means for every one item. Example, if you have 6 hot dogs that come in a pack, how much does each one hot dog cost? Like I said, even though you can't open the pack and get one, you still want to know how much you're paying on average for each one. And to take a step further, if 5 t-shirts come in a pack, how much does each one t-shirt cost? This is unit cost, the cost of one. Very simple. Unit rate, unit speed, unit cost. It's your boy, Mr. Robinson, Math So Easy team. We out here. Peace.